Construction Talk.
Hosted by Lynsey.
Well, Wehby have been holding the awards since 2007, and you join me here today fresh from the launch of the awards. Past winners of these awards have included Morgan Sindall, Stepnell Limited and Balfour Beatty. So fresh from the 2012 awards launch today here at Wehby, I have some of the speakers round the table, starting with Richard Sapcote from the Chartered Institute of Building, Tony Wehby of Anglo Holt, and also Phil Wilson, the Executive Director of Wehby itself. Gentlemen, welcome to Construction Talk. My first question then, so how positive was the launch today?
We had contributions from some of the partners involved, the judges, a previous winner, and some of the sponsors as well came along. And the focus was very much today about the application process. The awards culminate in a big event, the biggest event in the region, construction-related event, which attracts upwards of 900 people. And that event, the awards dinner, will be on the 6th of July. But today we were launching the Wehby Awards, which is part of a framework of awards that go through to the National Constructing Excellence Awards.
It was very pleasing today to see such a sea of enthusiastic listeners. From a judge's perspective, I look to that to actually transform itself into some really good quality awards.
I was really impressed with the amount of people who turned up, and I think it's reflection on over the years of how important the awards are and the dinner itself, and I think it's going to be a fantastic event.
So for those people that haven't actually taken part in the awards before, why do we actually have these awards in the first place?
It's about celebrating success really and acknowledging best practice, innovation in various categories. So it's an opportunity for the industry to come together and to recognise best practice.
I see it like the Oscars for the construction industry and for the local regional construction people to portray and demonstrate what's good about the Midlands and the construction work we do.
Well, you've mentioned best practice there, innovation, and also the Oscars for the construction industry, but what exactly is the key focus for the awards of 2012?
We're looking at innovation and best practice in a number of categories. There are 10 categories in all that we're looking for, so there are particular criteria in each of those particular categories that all people need to look at, and all the detail is on the website.
It's about reminding the local construction community that in a tough economic climate that there is so much still happening that's good and representative.
I think the flyer sets the theme. This is the Olympics year, and we should be seeing these awards as the Construction Olympics for the West Midlands.
Well, it seems like the awards are quite high up on the agenda of the construction industry in that case. So who exactly are these awards open to?
The awards are open to businesses who are in the region, large and small, and all organisations. Also projects in the region which were completed this year.
These awards are open to organisations who are enthusiastic about demonstrating best practice within the region.
Well, if you're going to sell the idea to companies of why they should actually enter the awards, what is that idea? Why should they enter their company into these awards for 2012?
I think it's a great amount of kudos for a company entering the awards, and of course there's the huge PR and media on the night and afterwards, and then going on to the national finals.
It provides an unrivalled opportunity to highlight the positive benefits from continuous improvement for those organisations across the region.
I think it's a very powerful thing to get this recognition by your peers in the region. And it's clear that that is a great value that we heard today at the launch, that one company in particular has used to great effect in terms of their success with these sorts of awards.
So are you hoping to gather different contenders this year coming along, maybe people from new businesses, SMEs, that sort of thing, as well as those who have already entered in past years?
This is the second year we've had a launch of this nature, and from last year's entrants, where we saw many new parties coming to us with their awards, I feel that there is absolutely an opportunity now for people to come forward with new entries in across those categories.
You mentioned SMEs. There is an SME category, so again, we're keen to see lots of applications from SMEs.
I can see that companies may be anxious about entering if it's their first time, but it's one of those things, once you've done it and spent the time on it, you'll find it wasn't as bad as you thought.
And I think it's a good discipline for that you go through to put in an application for these awards, which can help you in your bids for contracts and so forth in other areas. So well worth a go.
Now, I know from times past that the paperwork is fairly complicated to fill out on the entries, so are there any do's and don'ts for the people actually entering this time around?
Well, actually, it's not that complicated, and we heard today that the judges are keen to see less than 1,000 words, and in fact, some entries may be disqualified if they go over that. So it's not a complicated process. I think quite simple things we heard today also. Answer the question, and the presentation is quite important.
Yes, just to add, in that, all you should be putting down in that document is just demonstrating what you already do, and illustrate. Get some testimonials from your clients, nothing different, just put the truth down and it will probably work, you could win.
You now have a Heritage Award, and this is something that you've not had before, so tell me a little bit more about the Heritage Award.
Yeah, conservation is something I do a lot of within my business, and it is a large part of the industry, and I think it's great that WMCCE have now put an award up for the great skills and traditional workmanship that working on listed buildings bring to our industry, so I'm really pleased it's there.
It's about demonstrating that we still have the skills and capabilities within the sector to maintain and, where possible, upgrade the tremendous existing listed properties that we have across our region.
Okay, so you're sitting watching this, you want to enter the awards as a company, how do you go about entering?
Okay, well basically you download the application pack off the website, we'll give you the details at the end. And then it's a case of us emailing you an application form which you need to complete, and the closing date is the 29th of February 2012.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us today, and if anyone does want to enter the awards for 2012, the date to get your entries in by is the 29th of February next year. This is Lynsey Rose Masora wishing you best of luck for taking part in the awards for 2012 from Construction Talk.
Construction Talk.